How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the shed. Here we are once again with the bike on the lift. We're doing something a bit different today. We're going to be looking at luggage systems. So currently, as you can see, the bike from the rear here is bone stock. And on the bench over here, we have the latest delivery from AliExpress. So here we have the side plates and the mounting brackets. Basically what this provides is a shield, I'll grab it, a shield for the side pannier to be able to brace your bags to make sure they don't fall up underneath that wheel well there. So I picked this up on AliExpress, like I said. I think it cost me about 110 bucks delivered, which I think is pretty good. It's all alloy, powder coat black. The ad for these did say that they were 4mm thick, which I've been able to check with the calipers, and that's accurate. So they're just over 4mm now with the powder coat. The fit and finish on these is really nice. I can't complain. We've also got our spacers here to hold the pannier racks away from the bike. And these look like they are turned nylon, which is good. So they'll be really strong. If you've ever dealt with other motorcycle products before, like crash knobs and stuff like that, they're made out of a similar sort of material. So these will be really strong and really sturdy. And over here, we've got our different fixings. These look like to me like they are stainless, I'm pretty sure. And we've also got a few nuts and whatever else, and they're also Nylock, which is nice. Oops, just dropped one. They're Nylock, so they won't come loose. I will be using a bit of knockoff Loctite, Locteft. I got Loctite as well. This is only $5. This stuff is insanely expensive in Australia. I don't know what it's like overseas, but in Australia, Loctite's super expensive. One like this, this type 242 Loctite, but in a very small container, about 20mm, about that big, sets you back like 20 bucks, which is just absurd. So this cost me $5. It's 50mm, and I don't know. What have I got to lose? I'm gonna give it a go. So we'll give that a crack as well. And just, you can hear that one sloshing around inside. This one is a bit thicker, it's a bit more viscous. So see how it goes. Anyway, in case you're wondering what that was, that's what that is. It's just Loctite knockoff. I was a bit disappointed though. However, with these standoff brackets, they look nice. And I'm sure they'll do the job quite well. But the ad did say that the metal used in this was 4mm thick, and these brackets are actually only 2.5mm. So they're quite a bit thinner than the plates. So it would have been nice if these were consistent with the other sheet metal they'd use, but it's 2.5mm. We'll see how sturdy it is once it's put together. Oh yeah, and the other piece here is this little standoff here, which goes down the bottom on the right-hand side of the bike. And that's just to help keep the luggage away from the exhaust. So this is what we're working with. We're gonna start fitting it now, and I'll check back in once we're underway. So the tools we'll need for today's job, pretty simple. You need a set of metric Allen keys. You'll just need a 4, 5, and 6 millimeter Allen key. You'll need a flathead screwdriver, ideally a pick or something small like that, maybe a smaller flathead to get out some of these little plugs. And that's about it. So I've seen a couple of videos of people fitting these before, and particularly getting off these side covers. You can see I've already removed one side here. They are a little bit tricky. You've got 2 bolts, one up low and one up high, and you've got these little plugs as well, which basically you remove those by pushing in that center pin. As you can see where a little dot is there where I've pushed it up. That center pin pushes up through, and then you need to get up underneath that head of that plug and pull it out. So pretty simple. But yeah, some of the people I've seen fitting these, when these comes to getting off these side covers, they're just absolutely wrenching on them to get them off. If you look from the top here on the other side, you can actually see where this plastic meets with the other section. Let's see if I can get a good angle of that. You can see there's a little tab. If you use that flat blade screwdriver and you push down on that tab in there, you'll be able to pull that side cover free. So instead of just employing all the strength you've got and just ripping it off, which is likely to damage something, if you just push down those tabs, that side cover will slide out effortlessly. So good little tip there. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned, which might scare a few people off, is if you want to fit these racks, you've actually got to drill through these little plastic side covers. There's no way around it to be able to get to the mounting points. These spacers and the long bolts there have to go straight through. So it can be a little bit daunting. You will need a 35mm hole saw bit, or I guess you could do it with like a Dremel or something like that. But and one of the things I think probably CFMOTO doesn't get enough credit for is that they've actually thought about this. Obviously they have their own luggage systems, but to be fair to them, if you do buy their pannier racks, it comes with 2 side covers with pre-drilled holes. So you won't actually be having to drill through these covers yourself. But if you go aftermarket, you will have to, unless you buy side covers as spare from CFMOTO, which I don't know if you can get them with the holes. However, I could be proven wrong, you might be able to. But anyway, the point is, CFMOTO have thought about this, and you can actually see on the inside there, they've already marked the holes where you will need to drill. So I may have missed it with other manufacturers that do similar sort of thing, but it's pretty clear here that CFMOTO has put in a fair bit of thought to the end user and the mods that we may want to make. So they've made it pretty easy for us. All you need to do is follow that outline there and there, drill away, and you end up with something like this. I've still got to clean up these holes a little bit more, but I just thought I'd show you why I'm doing it. That's sort of what we're going for. Alrighty, so about an hour and a half later, from start to finish, this is what we're looking at. So, got our nylon spacers at the top, got our hardware holding it on, got the kick out there to provide an air gap for your exhaust, and we've got our brace down to here for that pillion peg. And on the other side, same deal. I've gone ahead and removed the pillion peg on this side. I plan to remove the other one as well once I get a different exhaust hanger. So that's why one's gone on this side and the other one's still on. But there you go. Pretty happy with that. It's plenty sturdy. This is how it looks from the rear. I think it looks good. Before I put these on, I was starting to think that the rear of the bike, especially with these upper crash bars installed, the front is so chunky and so wide, and the rear was looking a bit anemic. It doesn't help that I've got the standard tyres still on it. Once I put on some knobbies, that'll beef up the rear end a little bit. But I feel like these just help put the rear of the bike a little bit more into proportion with the front. That's just obviously an added bonus. But really, we're looking for functionality here. So I think that'll be good. On my next video, I'll be talking about bags. I'm getting some luggage sets I'm waiting on. So we'll see how those fit. But I think aesthetics, it doesn't really get any better than this. I saw what CFMOTO had on offer with their with their luggage racks for the rear. And I wasn't really a big fan of it. It's personal preference. I think the standard ones look a bit dorky. I don't mind the side profile of them, but with that bar that comes across the rear and links the 2 sides, obviously provides it with a lot of strength. But I'm not going to be having luggage on it all the time. So I didn't want to have to be staring at that ugly frame all the time. Just, wasn't really to my taste. So I think this looks a lot better. Looks pretty smart. Should do the job. Keep the luggage nice and secure. There's plenty of mounting holes here as well, which is handy, and different slots there to run your bracing through for your bags. So yeah. Anyway, if you're on the fence about it, you're looking at about an hour and a half fitment time. It does require a few tools, but I mean, as far as complexity goes, out of 10, I'd probably say it's a 6. It's just a bit fiddly, a bit time consuming, and you do have to drill those holes. But other than that, I'm pretty wrapped with it. And yeah, for $110 delivered, I think it was. I'm stoked with that. I'm just waiting on the top one as well. I'll be replacing that out for a metal one as well, just to beef that up. But yeah, we're well on our way. That's another box ticked and another thing off the list. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. And the next videos, I'll be looking at some luggage and whatever else turns up in the mail. The list is getting shorter for this bike, but we're still a little ways off. So yeah, Ripper, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one.